Finishing up another one of these Planar 42-inch plasma TVs. But check this one out. There's the ESPN logo is burnt right into the phosphor on this TV. Somebody's been watching some serious football on this one. It makes sense though, because these came out of like sports bars and clubs and places like that. They've actually got 4 of the same TV in the shop. And this one here, I just got done fixing the audio circuit on. I've had the power supply done for a couple weeks now and I've been testing it, but I noticed the audio circuit, the audio was very distorted. It sounded like the speakers were blown or something. So I hooked up the another amplifier to the line output and the distortion was still there. So I knew it wasn't the amp or speakers in the TV. I'm going to use another TV over here as an example. Inside this metal box here is the main control board, and you can see there's tons of surface mount electrolytics in there. What I had to do is, since I didn't have a schematic for this particular board, is I looked up the data sheets on these 2 chips here, found out that they were in the audio circuit, and the data sheets also have like reference circuit diagrams in there, which a lot of times those reference diagrams are very similar to what's on a production board like this. So I knew how these chips were hooked up and why the sound would be distorted from all those bad electrolytics. In fact, most of these were completely open. They weren't even registering on my ESR meter at all. So after getting those all changed out, I have nice clear sound again. And you can see this is one of the power supplies that I've recapped. This one and the one next to it here, I'm still finishing up the power supplies. But I'm a little disappointed that all 4 of these that I have in here are all going to need those same surface mount caps replaced. And it's a lot of work to change them out. I had to use a cheap pair of surface mount desoldering tweezers to remove the old ones, and it's not as easy as you might think, especially on those boards with the big ground traces. The solder doesn't like to melt too well, especially with those cheap tools. But you unsolder them with those tweezers and clean up the circuit board. Use a desoldering gun, clean the old solder off, and then you solder the new ones on with a standard iron. And it took me a while, but it's been good to practice my surface mount skills since I haven't done it a whole lot. And what a better thing to practice on than some old worn out TVs. All I got to do is sell them off for just enough money to break even on my parts and labor, and I'm happy. That one there is actually sold already, which is why I'm testing it. This one here is running, just need to do the audio. And like I said, these 2 over here, I still got to finish up the power supplies that have other problems, and then do the audio on those. The next in line is that Vizio, but that's another story. I'm not really looking forward to working on this one much. I'll get to that one later as soon as I wrap these up.